Vikings vs. Bears Week 1 bold predictions. McCarthy's debut, Williams' test, and the NFC North clash. The lights will be bright. The stage will be massive. And the pressure will be sky high. The Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears will square off in the opening Monday Night Football matchup of the 2025 NFL season, and it promises to be one of the most intriguing season openers in recent memory. Both franchises have undergone dramatic transformation since the curtain closed on the 2024 campaign, and both step into Soldier Field with renewed hope, fresh faces, and fan bases starving for a statement win. For the Vikings, last year was one of triumph mixed with bitter disappointment. They surged to a 14-3 record, the best mark of any team not to win its division, yet stumbled when it mattered most, falling short of the NFC North crown and bowing out of the postseason in the wild card round. Head coach Kevin O'Connell is ready to prove his team's run wasn't a fluke, and in bold fashion, he's turning the reins of the offense over to his prized young quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. For the Bears, 2024 was the opposite, a season full of mistakes, blown opportunities, and frustration. Despite selecting Caleb Williams with the number 1 overall pick, Chicago limped to a 5-12 finish, once again stuck in the division's basement. But a massive offseason coaching hire, snagging offensive mastermind Ben Johnson from the Lions, has sparked optimism. Can Johnson unlock Williams' generational potential and revive a long-dormant Bears franchise? This primetime clash isn't just another early-season divisional matchup. It's a measuring stick game for two organizations at very different crossroads. And as the football world tunes in, here are 4 bold predictions that could define how this NFC North battle unfolds. 1. J.J. McCarthy will shine with 250 yards and 3 touchdowns in his debut. Few quarterbacks in recent memory have entered the league with the blend of pedigree, leadership, and poise that J.J. McCarthy brings. After leading Michigan to a national championship in 2023, the Vikings selected him with the 10th overall pick in the draft, intending to gradually integrate him into the lineup. Those plans were derailed when McCarthy tore his meniscus in his very first preseason game. Fast forward 1 year. The injury is behind him, the rehab is complete, and the Vikings are all in. With veteran Sam Darnold departing after a surprisingly stellar 2024 season, McCarthy now steps into the spotlight as QB1. What gives O'Connell confidence? For starters, the weaponry around McCarthy is elite. Justin Jefferson, widely regarded as the NFL's best receiver, remains the centerpiece of Minnesota's passing attack. Fresh off a 103-catch, 1,533-yard season, Jefferson will be McCarthy's security blanket and explosive playmaker. While Jordan Addison will miss the first 3 games due to suspension, the Vikings reacquired veteran Adam Thielen, whose route precision and toughness over the middle add balance to the passing game. And don't forget T.J. Hockenson, one of the NFL's premier tight ends, who thrives in high-leverage moments and red zone scenarios. Against a Bears secondary that may be missing its top cornerback, McCarthy has a golden opportunity to make a statement. Expect him to come out aggressive, lean on Jefferson early, and use Hockenson to carve up mismatches. By night's end, look for McCarthy to post at least 250 passing yards and 3 touchdowns, stamping his arrival as the next star quarterback in the NFC North. 2. Bears defense will struggle without a fully healthy Jalen Johnson. For years, the Bears' identity has been rooted in defense. But entering this season opener, Chicago's biggest concern might be the health of its best defender, Jalen Johnson. The Pro Bowl cornerback has been battling a nagging leg injury throughout training camp. Although he's been activated, questions linger about whether he's anywhere near full strength. That's bad news against a Vikings passing attack loaded with Jefferson, Thielen, and Hockenson. If Johnson plays, but is less than 100%, O'Connell and McCarthy will test him early and often. If he doesn't play, the Bears will have to rely on unproven depth to contain one of the league's most dynamic receiving corps. Simply put, this is a nightmare matchup for a secondary that needs to be sharp. Without Johnson at his best, Chicago's defense risks being picked apart under the Monday night lights. 3. Caleb Williams will be sacked 4 times as Vikings pass rush exposes Chicago's O-line. There's no doubt about Caleb Williams' talent. His arm strength, improvisational ability, and sheer playmaking instincts made him the number 1 pick for a reason. But his rookie season exposed flaws in his decision-making. as he often held onto the ball too long and invited pressure. Enter Brian Flores, the Vikings' defensive coordinator, who thrives on confusing quarterbacks with exotic fronts and relentless pressure packages. With pass rushers like Jonathan Greenid and Andrew Van Ginkel coming off the edge, Flores will make life miserable for the young quarterback. Adding to the challenge is Chicago's shaky offensive line. Braxton Jones, the Bears' left tackle, faces a daunting assignment against Minnesota's athletic rushers. Without crisp protection, Williams could be in for a long night. The prediction: Williams will be sacked 4 times, forced into rush throws, and struggle to establish rhythm with receivers DJ Moore, rookie Rome Odunze, and tight end Colston Loveland. The growing pains for Chicago's new-look offense will be on full display. 4. Vikings running backs Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason will combine for 150-plus rushing yards. As much as the spotlight will be on McCarthy, O'Connell knows better than to throw his young quarterback to the wolves. The Vikings will lean heavily on their running game to control the pace, ease pressure on McCarthy, and wear down Chicago's defense. Minnesota made a splash by signing former Packers star Aaron Jones, who still has plenty of juice after a 1,138-yard campaign in 2024. Jones' vision and burst make him a perfect fit behind a revamped offensive line featuring Ryan Kelly and Will Fries, both offseason acquisitions. Alongside Jones, the Vikings also added Jordan Mason, who thrived as a change-of-pace back with the 49ers, averaging 5.1 yards per carry last year. Together, Jones and Mason give Minnesota a thunder and lightning combination that will test Chicago's front seven. Even with stalwarts like Montez Sweat, Grady Jarrett, TJ Edwards, and Tremaine Edmonds, the Bears may find themselves on their heels as the Vikings pile up yardage. Expect the duo to surpass 150 rushing yards combined, opening up play-action opportunities for McCarthy to attack downfield. Prediction: Vikings 35, Bears 14. This game has all the makings of a competitive opener. On paper, the Bears are motivated to flip the script under their new head coach, and Caleb Williams' talent alone gives them a chance to surprise. Soldier Field will be rocking, and Chicago's young roster will be eager to prove itself. But the Vikings are a more complete team right now. They boast superior weapons, a more cohesive offensive line, a veteran-laden defense, and a coaching staff with playoff pedigree. Most importantly, they hold the clear advantage in the wide receiver versus defensive back matchup, especially with Jalen Johnson's uncertain status. Look for the Bears to hang around early, feeding off home field energy, before Minnesota's firepower takes over in the second half. The prediction: Vikings 35, Bears 14, as J.J. McCarthy officially announces his arrival to the NFL world. Final thoughts and call to action. The 2025 season opener between the Vikings and Bears isn't just about one game. It's about two franchises charting very different courses. Minnesota is betting big on McCarthy as the future face of the franchise, while Chicago is praying Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson can finally lift them out of mediocrity. Week 1 will offer the first glimpse into those journeys. Will McCarthy deliver on the hype and lead the Vikings toward another playoff run? Or will Williams defy the odds and shine against one of the NFC's toughest defenses? One thing is certain: the NFC North has never been more fascinating. Backhand index pointing right, who do you think will come out on top? Will McCarthy torch the Bears in his debut? Or will Williams rise to the occasion under the bright lights? Share your bold predictions in the comments below and join the conversation as we kick off what promises to be an unforgettable NFL season.